It's the NBA on EA Sports, and this is Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals. We are at Staples Center in downtown Los Angeles. Tonight, it's the LA Lakers playing host to the LA Clippers. Along with Jay Williams, I'm Ed Cohen. Jay, you look at the Lakers coming in. They're rested, they're ready to go, and they'll have home court advantage to begin here in games 1 and 2.
And I'll tell you what, I am looking forward to this series right here. This is going to be a dogfight. We got a couple of teams that match up very well. I can see this one going to length. Yes, 7 games. That's how even these teams are.
Knocks it down from mid-range.
If you're coaching against this player, you have to throw some fake traps, some fake schemes. How are you making this player think instead of just naturally reacting?
To Cousins. Oh, I missed a short one there. Beverly into the front court. Just getting going here in game 1. Oh, good defense by the Lakers. They come away with the steal. Danny Green, tough matchup against George. Clippers have the basketball. To Leonard. Davis to James. The pass taken away by the Clippers.
I'm hearing some boos from the crowd. They know just like I know you're not getting back on D.
Oh, had him going there for a second. The drive, right to the basket. Knocks it down on the step back. That was not easy. Jay, when you break down Paul George, where is he at his best?
He needs to be engaged. He needs to have the ball in his hands. He needs to be needed. And that's the biggest thing for Paul George. When he's the guy offensively and he makes those clutch shots, it re-engages him defensively. And that drives him to be the best version of Paul George there is.
To George. And the finish. Slam dunk. Feed the big fella. Point to the passer.
So good when you get everybody involved, in particular your bigs. You get them going, they'll run the court faster, and guess what? They'll set harder screens because they're actually in the game.
Knocked loose. That's off of Leonard, out of bounds. So it stays with the LA Lakers. James sets him up, throws it down off the alley-oop pass. Jay, that's a strong connection.
And it's always about the play before the play. Look how the eyesight was able to connect between two players. We call that an eyesight contract. Because when you have a contract that's signed, sealed, and then delivered like that, that's how great plays are made.
It's George for 2. No good. Into the front court comes Rondo. Down 4. It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly to Marcus Morris. George. Tough shot. Well defended. Across the timeline comes James. Trailing by 4. To Davis. Can't connect from in close. Beverly into the front court. Looking to make something happen. Paul George, 2 of 4 now.
You see, you can't actually get mesmerized by the ball. You actually have to focus on the dribbler's belly button. I know that may sound cheesy, but trust me, he can't go anywhere without his core.
We have both squads set to make some moves right now. To Cousins. Here's Davis. Doesn't get the bounce.
And that's how you make a difference. Every shot that the offense takes, make sure that it has a 10 as far as degree of difficulty.
It's a big finish.
It's that easy, Ed. You never want to leave any doubt when attacking the rim.
LBJ with it. Here comes the screen. It's James. Knocks it down. And Jay, so much better to get that shot beyond the arc than inside 22 feet.
Think about how smart of a play that is, to have the awareness to get behind the three-point line off the step back.
They'll take 3 over 2 any day of the week. James into the front court. Less than a minute to go in a tightly played first quarter. Nothing going here on that drive. Off the mark. Well contested.
I just love where this takes you into the psychological battle as a player offensively. Was that a great contest, or did you just miss the shot? But now you have me thinking about that the entire next possession.
Rondo into the front court. They can go 2 for 1 if they hurry. Cousins. To Davis. Anthony Davis. He's 2 for 5. Not great, but trending.
The defense is doing such a good job of denying him the ball and really getting in his pocket, but he got that one to go.
George in a matchup with Boogie. Stuffs it down with authority.
That's how you punctuate a good first quarter. 3 more left to go, but you've set the momentum for the second.
Just inside the arc. At the buzzer. We've reached the end of the first quarter here in Game 1. Jay and I are back after this. It's the Western Conference Finals on EA Sports.
The 3-round NBA Western Conference and Eastern Conference Finals playoffs 2020 games and highlights coming up next.
Good start to this one. After 1 quarter play, on to the second period. Jay, neither team was able to get control to start this one.
Yeah, both teams have came out. They played with great energy, and they've also done an excellent job of establishing their own tempo. They have to make sure they have to push through that and do more of that in the second quarter.
Kawhi Leonard. He's 2 for 2 now.
When the ball's in his hands, we all knew what was going to happen.
Quinn Cook in a matchup with Harkless. To Danny Green. Here comes the screen. Danny Green. Down to 5 on the 24. Short jumper off the mark.
And you hate to say this, but this is the reality of the matter. Sometimes it takes guys a little while to warm up into the game. Seems like they finally found their rhythm in the second quarter.
Kawhi Leonard, guarded by Morris. Anthony Davis sends it away. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Shot clock's at 5. Down to 4. Has a chance. Deep 2 there. Won't go.
Game 1 Toronto Raptors 5-3 Milwaukee Bucks 4-5 final.
Screen coming. Danny Green. To Davis. Beyond the arc for 3. And it's Leonard there to clear the rebound. Paul George to Beverly. And a put-back slam. That has to feel deflating for the other side.
They've really came out and made a statement so far in this first half. Another powerful dunk, but another easy dunk. When are we going to see some defense?
Almost. Unlucky bounce. And that's rebounded by the Lakers. That's going to get out of bounds. Last touch by Green. Time to adjust. Both coaches making changes on the floor. It's the Clippers with the possession now. Sizing up the defense. Nothing going here on that drive. Kawhi Leonard. And the Lakers clear. Danny Green against George. No good. Anthony Davis. Oh, 3 for 8. He's got to do better.
That's a strong finish. Regardless of contact, finishing strong is key.
George to Marcus Morris. Marcus Morris, strong finish. Whoa, he got up there.
Just showing you that 40-inch vertical.
LeBron into the front court. 9-point margin. Davis doesn't have the touch. No good.
Your contest was great because of your proximity to the player. You forced his follow-through to be cut short, which made him short-arm the shot.
To Leonard. Here comes the screen. Kawhi Leonard, defended by Cousins. He shoots. Oh, off the mark. Lakers at the controls right now. James. Davis. Not that time. Beverly into the front court. Under a minute to go before halftime. Short jumper off the mark. LeBron into the front court. His team down now. The crossover gets inside and the slam dunk.
Just a ball-handling wizard, still putting people under his spell.
Paul George to Marcus Morris. Oh, nice find for the basket.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
LeBron with it up top. He'll run the offense. To Cousins. Not that time. George to Marcus Morris. Lets it fly from beyond the arc. Not a good shot there as he misses it. Late heave to beat the buzzer. It's halftime here in Game 1. Let's get you to Orlando, where we say hello to Jalen Rose in our EA Sports Halftime Report. Jalen.
Thanks, fellas. Jalen here with your halftime report. The Clippers didn't hold back in that opening half. They decided to make a statement in the opening half, and they did it by throwing down dunk after dunk after dunk. I think the rim is still shaking. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Clippers. The Lakers may be in the building, but they did not show up for this game. The way they struggle doesn't bode well for them at all. But if they got some fight in them, we'll know right away in the third quarter. These are the guys getting buckets for the Los Angeles Lakers.
Game track. Field goals.
Here's a team that might just be one or two adjustments away from what's needed to turn things around. They still have time to make up for a lackluster first half.
Player of the half.
Paul George was lighting up the scoreboard in the first half. And I'm not sure the defense will be able to figure out what it'll take to slow him down. He looks like he's in a zone.
Who was cold?
What can you say about a guy like this? Except that he fits the title of this segment. He was definitely cold in that first half. We got our top 3 plays for you. Check them out.
Number 2. Number 1.
Back to Ed and Jay to bring you the second half action.
Paul George to Marcus Morris. Gets a shot up off the mark. Danny Green. Clippers have got it.
Here's your chance to break this thing wide open.
Off the mark. Swings it. The pass taken away by the Lakers.
You know, Ed, sometimes you're just more ready to play than your opponent. The intensity and the effort is off the charts.
LA Clippers with the basketball. Beverly to Paul George. Takes stock of the floor. Nothing going here on that drive. Paul George, 4 out of 7.
And last year, it seemed like PG really had a difficult time finding that next-level elite PG. No doubt about it, this year, he needs to be playoff P all day, every day.
James to Davis. Yes, and a foul. He'll have a chance at a three-point play.
And I love the smile on the face of the offensive player. Sometimes luck is on your side. I don't know how that shot went in, but and one.
Anthony Davis at the line for a chance at a three-point play. For his career, 79% at the line. Free throw up and good as he finishes off the three-point play. The lead is down to 6. To George. Fires the three. Paul George can't get that one to go. Defense all over him. James. To Davis. Rebounds taken down by Leonard. Beverly into the front court. Up by 6. George. They'll get it down low to Howell. Oh, emphatic slam.
How about right after the dunk, he looks right over towards the bench, gets a call from the coach about what defense they're in, and then gets his team set. Those are people that are able to lead men.
To Davis. Oh, he had him there for a second. Shot from in close, no good. Paul George to Beverly. Here comes the screen. Beverly down low for Leonard. Able to convert inside.
Old school equals high percentage.
LBJ to Cousins. Probing the defense. Cousins to Danny Green. And he's fouled. Davis going to the line for two.
Smart play to rip through the extended arm of the defender. That will get you to the free throw line every time.
Anthony Davis. He's got 2 shots coming. He's perfect from the line so far. Can't connect on the first free throw. So he goes 1 for 2 from the line after hitting on the second. George, they'll get it down to Leonard. Working hard on the glass. Nice touch around the basket with the tip.
I'm not sure that wasn't an offensive foul, but take it when you can get it.
James to Davis. Nothing going here on that drive. From the outside, no good. Clippers have the basketball. Beverly to Leonard. Surveys the floor. Leonard has a look. No good. The defender was a little too close for comfort.
See, when good shooters catch, they just shoot. When bad shooters catch, they become hesitant, reluctant. That's the first sign of a guy that doesn't have confidence.
Knocks it down off the step back.
Hey, one of the things I hear all the great teams say in the huddle, they say 1, 2, 3, no mercy. Now it's time for you to go even harder on the defensive end.
Danny Green to James. Here comes the screen. It's LeBron. LeBron James. 3 for 6 now.
This offseason, I heard so many voices, even that of the great Shaquille O'Neal, talking about how LBJ needed to submit his own legacy. Well, for LeBron, it's not about chasing external accolades. It's about hunting your own legacy, and that's to be the greatest of all time.
Paul George to Leonard. And it's rebounded by Green. James smothering D. Deep 3 at the buzzer. 3 quarters down. It's been all Clippers so far. It's Lakers ball as we start the 4th quarter. And I think the best way to describe where they stand right now is they're down, but they're not out.
It's a game we used to play in the league all the time. It's called a series of stops. That means get 3 stops in a row. Each game is a game within the game. You get 3 stops in a row, and then another 3 stops in a row, you're right back in this ballgame.
Oh, the touch at the rim. Count it.
Attack mode isn't a switch that you can just turn on and off. You need to do more of that. We need to see him penetrate, get into that lane, and create.
Leonard can't connect. Trying to cash in. Hook shot won't go. Basket's good on the follow. Way to stay with it.
That's lunch pail business right there. Don't worry about the no call. Keep powering through.
George to Harkless. Paul George. He's 5 for 10, shooting 50%.
2 points. Take them any way you can get them.
LBJ has it. Cousins in a matchup with Harkless. Kuzma to Davis, down low. Old school, backs his man down for the basket.
And if you don't contest, he's knocking that down with ease.
Harkless to Leonard. The screen sets him up for 2.
You normally don't see that, but that's the type of thing that keeps shooters in the league for a long time. Every once in a while, they venture into the paint.
Cousins to Kyle Kuzma. Down low for Davis. Got it.
There's certain guys in this league that should be put on alert status 24/7 because either they're posterizing you or that attempt can still be a poster.
Timeout called here by the Clippers as they'll talk things over here in this 4th quarter.
And this is where habits come into play. Players think they can turn that switch on and off at their beckoning call, but it doesn't work that way. That's why coaches talk about practicing good habits on a daily basis because they show up in the 4th.
Mixing things up. Hockey line substitutions. Both teams making changes. Leonard to Beverly. Leonard. He'll get it down low to Howell. Throws it down.
Oh, man, did you see that swiftness? He dunked that thing like a tennis ball.
It looked like that in his hand. Here's Rondo with it. His guys down by 9. To Davis. And count the basket.
As my mother would say to the defender, A for effort, F for results.
To Marcus Morris. George, not that time. He misses. Knocked loose. This will be out of bounds off of Davis. Time to shuffle things up. It's LA Clippers ball. Beverly. Nice pass to get things going.
Sometimes when the players find that flow, nobody else needs to touch the ball. He's in a zone by himself.
Across the timeline comes James. 9-point margin. Davis, bad pass there. Clippers have it.
You better get back on D. This thing is not over.
Anthony Davis, huge block.
Just erasing mistakes left and right.
Oh, Jay, he commands the paint this time down.
That's what I'm talking about, Ed. It's that simple. Put the ball in the bucket.
To Paul George. Scores from the post.
Hand down, man down. You got to get up and contest the shot.
James into the front court. His team down 9. To Cousins. to Danny Green. Lakers down to 4 in the shot clock. Danny Green to Cousins. Lets it fly from long range. It's good. And he's not done. He's going to the line for a chance at a 4-point play.
Oh, that was a big-time shot. But more impressive than the shot, the bench reactions. I love the celebration tactics. This is why you love this game.
DeMarcus Cousins with a chance at a 4-point play. For his career, 73%. You can count that one. 4-point play. Paul George to Leonard. Anthony Davis able to recover with the block. That's his 3rd block this evening.
That's why a rim protector is a necessity in this game.
And he knocks it down, Jay.
Well, we got a chance to firsthand watch something be created. I think we just watched an epidemic of passing. I've never seen something like this before. It was so contagious, everybody started to do it, and it ultimately led to the other team's demise.
If that's an epidemic, sign me up. Davis. There's the whistle and an intentional foul. Just their first in the final 2 minutes, so no free throws yet. They'll take the ball out of bounds.
Smart play. You have fouls to use. Good way to manage the clock without burning the timeout.
The feed stolen away. Has a chance. Rondo's shot won't go down. And they're going to play this one out to its conclusion as we get an intentional foul. That means free throws coming up in what is a 7-point game.
Okay, now look over to the sideline and see what the staff is trying to draw up on the next play. That's good clock management thus far.
He makes them both. It's James controlling the offense. From long range, and he buries it. Jay upping the ante from beyond the arc. He won't get away with this one. Referee calls it intentional.
Good foul right there. You want to stop the clock.
First one goes down. Able to convert on both free throws. Long key from three-quarters court. It's the Clippers who come away with the victory. They've jumped out in front 1-0 in this best-of-7 series. For my partner Jay Williams and our entire crew, I'm Ed Cohen. This has been the NBA playoffs on EA Sports. Find out more at easports.com. Until next time, good night.
Taylor Rose here, and I've got your EA Sports post-game wrap-up. The Clippers got themselves a win here today. They were very opportunistic on defense, and it earned them a bunch of steals. Those first turnovers made all of the difference. The Lakers put up a fight, but didn't get their hands raised at the end. I'm sure they can't help but feel frustrated with the result, but they can't let that feeling linger. Sooner than later, they need to start thinking about the next matchup.
Game track. Steals. Player of the game.
Paul George is the choice for what you're seeing here, and that's unselfish play. Tight passes, great timing, and an impressive basketball IQ. He earned more respect than what I already have for him. We handpicked them for you. Here are the top plays.
Number 2. Number 1.
That does it for us. On behalf of the rest of the crew, good night.
Game 1 Los Angeles Clippers 4-6 Los Angeles Lakers 3-8 Final.